We come to the seventh move of the 8 move sequence, hypno Pilates style of Qigong, and we're doing exactly the same. We're zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out abdominals, navel towards the spine. This one's called the charging fist in some forms, or it's called punching with an angry gaze to increase strength, or somewhere abouts them names in other forms, etc. But again, it's like a basic sort of old Carter move here and back. And again, as with all Qigong ones, you can go in deeper, you can go in with a squat. Again, optional on that range, how deep you go. I'll go for all the modifications for that in a minute. Just going to go through the breathing. So again, and that setup, that Pilates setup. So same deal, start now, zip up pelvic floor, scoop out the abdominals, take the navel towards the spine, and simply breathe in through the nose, and exhale through pursed lips for as long as you like. See how long you can make that lovely elongated out breath, longer than the in breath. Okay, again, without forcing anything, quadruple it, double it, triple it, the out breath. Just make it longer than the in breath. Depends what your count is, and that helps relax the mind and the body by elongating the out breath. Okay, so again, zip up pelvic floor, scoop out the abdominals, navel towards the spine. That helps us breathe low and deep into these fish gills. You'll feel the width happening in the lungs naturally, and that helps us use the pelvic floor and the corset in the most efficient manner, helping us breathe anywhere but the belly button, helps us breathe into these lower lobes of the lungs, the intercostals, the ribs, anywhere but the stomach. That lovely, free, expansive breath. Just breathing organ deep, cell deep, even bone marrow deep, in through the nose, and exhale through pursed lips. And just feel that lovely chemical cascade of relaxation, all in that lovely elongated out breath. Lovely. Just searching for that chemical code to relaxation as you zip up pelvic floor and scoop out the abdominals, breathing through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips. So for now, I'm going to go back and link that to motion. Now again, I'm going to calibrate and synchronize the breath for the motion, integrate the breath with the movement. Okay, again, this one is known to help the liver in the traditional sense, but again, it will affect every cell and sinew of the body, every square inch of the body as you breathe in organ deep, cell deep, even bone marrow deep, and elongate the exhale. Simply allow that simplicity to relax the mind. See how long you can make that out breath go longer than the in breath. Lovely. So from there, going to go back and demonstrate the basic moves. So again, optional on the width of the stance. So feet hip width apart or slightly wider. Okay, they're not Charlie Chaplin, they're facing the front. Again, hands are here, supinated, facing the ceiling, or here on the hips. Okay, zip up, gather in, navel towards the spine, maintain good structure, lengthen up for the crown. As if there's a puppet string, a hook, a brace, pulling your head up towards the ceiling. Lengthen up for the ears, lengthen up for the crown. Lovely. So from here, basically, we're exhaling this motion, breathing in, coming back, pronating the fist, as in the punch, and coming back. The base of the cranium staying nice and still. It's just these levers moving. Now, if you add the squatting, we exhale down, breathing, come up. So we're simply breathing with the spine, that lovely primal pattern of the body. And as we exhale down, go no further than knees in line with toes. If you want to go deeper than that, tailbone deep, but only still as low as you keep the knees in line with toes. Doesn't matter, it can be a centimetre or a millimetre or a foot. It's only as low as you keep your knees in line with toes. If you want to go wider, feel free, optional. But again, exhaling down, breathing in, coming up. You find this is happening, you've gone wider, shorten the stance back up slightly. Modify the range to suit you. Okay, feeling any pain? Modify the range again. Okay, so again, exhaling down, breathing in, coming up. Keep the tension out the shoulders. Again, exhaling down, breathing in, coming up. Now really elongate the exhale, as simple as that. Make this motion the longest and the breath the longest here. So it's a you won't have to go as deep as me, you can go less. A centimetre, a millimetre or a foot, it's optional to you. Exploit that range, speed and tempo. And you're going to match the movement with the breath. So again, if that exhale needs to match the movement. So if I run out of breath down here, I don't want to carry on down. You know, it wants to match the movement there and back. So again, exhaling down. Exploit this negative bit, this lowering down phase is always the hardest part, lowering down against gravity. Breathing in slightly quicker up. Breathing to prepare as you're coming up, and then push up for the heels. Lovely. So from there, if you want to add some other bits like staccato breath, you can do, or you can add some more instability. You can literally breathe in, come up on the toes, and exhale down. Then breathe in, come back up onto the heels. Then as you exhale down, up on the toes, breathing in, coming up. So it's not quite a Hindu squat, that's a little bit shorter there. Again, we're wider. So it's like a wide Hindu squat really with the feet up in the air. So again, if you sort of give out and the heels come down, that's fine, just carry on the motion down. Okay, again, just do as long that suits you. So again, breathing in, up on the toes. If you want to make it harder with a staccato breath, then you can do that as well. So you breathe in, come up on the toes or on the heels. It's a coming down. Okay, so again, I do that. I took the fist out too long there, but again, just to demonstrate in there. So it's a and you exhale out. So again, try and match the breath of the motion. If you want to come straight out with the fist and do it from there, you can do, and carry on with the exhale, staccato breath, or match it to the motion. So I'll show you both ways. Again, it's a again, you're dropping and you're coming out with the fist. If you want to make it a little bit easier, you can go straight out and then drop down bit by bit if you're having trouble with coordination. So up on the toes, breathing in, and it's a you're splitting that squat up into micro movements. Again, see if you can get smaller and smaller and smaller than motions. So it's depending how many you can get out. Again, shrink that motion to match the breath. So it might be smaller even, it might be fist straight out or come out at the same time, like in slow motion. So it's a everyone have a different number. Then come back on the heels. See what suits you there. Again, just working with them micro movements, gathering against the instability, navel towards the spine. If that's a bit too much to match the motion to these coming down, because there's quite a lot going on, you can just come straight out with a fist and straight out with the arm extended there, already in the punch position. Okay. And breathing, come back. Again, you can just take that out and again, make these unique to you with the modifications, the speed and the tempo and the ranges. Make them unique to you. No one's going to do these exactly the same, no matter what you hear in forms, this has got to be done like that, etc, etc. Again, everyone will do them slightly different and slightly different speed, range, etc, or different sort of ailments you've got problems with. Again, just make it your union of your mind and body. Exploit the speed and tempo and the range. And if you want to work with them exhales, then just work with them staccato exhales. Again, this helps us fire the corset in the pelvic floor. Pelvic floor comes to here, like a beeline, bikini line, belt line. That's the lower abs, working with the lower abs there. And then that pelvic floor links onto our corset, 3 layers deep, which is all segmentally stabilising our spine. So sometimes it's a bit like an amnesia. You don't know these muscles are there. You can't use them in a correct fashion. As you know they're there, you can use them in a correct fashion. Lovely. Just like the 3 layers of abdominals also. We've got the six-pack, the ascetic muscle here. Then we've got internal obliques ringing out from rib to hip. Then we've got our corset, our powerhouse, our girdle strength. 3 layers deep. It's all segmentally stabilising the spine. That's the deepest muscle. The pelvic floor fires. It fires the corset and vice versa. They go together. Zip up and hollow. Navel towards the spine. Lovely. So that was number 7 of this 8 move sequence. Number 8 is coming next. That's shake the back 7 times, eliminate 100 illnesses. That was number 7. Bang.